In the top right spawn position here on that map, Daybreak, as Jurosar just mentioned, we've got Fnatic's player. It is the blue Protoss player, NightEnD. And in the bottom left player, in the bottom left side of the map, we've got a red Protoss player. It is AcRo. And my camera is tilted again in a funny way. It's so weird.
Oh, it's because... Oh, I think I see what you... Oh my god, me too. I wonder if Nick's view is tilted. Yes, Nick's is tilted as well. He's down slightly, so if he uses his mouse to scroll up a bit, he can get a more... The scroll wheel on Nick's mouse is actually slightly slanted, so he's slightly got the GSL style going on. But you're right. This entire map is like tilted by about 10 degrees. It's like there's been an earthquake or something.
Yeah,
Fun.
Really weird. I've had this a few times in the Yard of the Swarm beta where, you know, your vision is weird. My vision is so weird right now, man. I'm so freaking out. Everything's from a different angle. And when you're used... I've seen thousands of games in a particular angle. And if that angle shifts, even by just a single degree, you're going to be like, what? This is...
No,
this is
I think what's happened is whoever is currently responsible for keeping the beta up is drunk. But it's totally fine. I'm really enjoying this, actually. I can totally deal with it. But in the meantime, guys, the reason we're chatting so much crap is possibly because we actually have identical builds down to the second here. Double gas being taken and the gateway going down as well. So both sides looking for early tech.
Yeah, just the standard opener in PvP right now is you just grab 2 gases early on before your Cybercore and only puts 2 workers in each gas, and that's exactly what we see both players doing here. There is going to be a small portion of time where you cannot produce a worker because of that, because of those double gases. You're going to have to skip on your 18th worker for a few seconds, and we saw that happen to both players too. So very traditional openers here, and yeah, let's talk a little bit about the PvP meta game in Heart of the Swarm, and how it has affected the PvP play. What's different is, of course, mainly the Dark Shrine. And, of course, 4-gate no longer working at all.
Biggest news of Lillian's life.
Yeah, I'm so sad. I still think we should do a minute silence.
No, there's a way to make 4-gate work, and I'm pretty confident Lillian will be the person to discover that. Of course, guys, here in Heart of the Swarm, we have some pretty interesting developments as far as Protoss are concerned. We have the Mothership Core, of course, just giving Protosses so much versatility in both attack and defense in the early game. We can actually see AcRo creating his right now, and it's got, of course, the ability to charge up your Nexus. That lovely photon overcharge effectively turns your Nexus into an oversized cannon for quite some time with an amazing amount of range. But at the same time, we have mass recoil on it as well. So if you decide to send it halfway across the map with an army, you can actually effectively drop an enemy Terran style by killing off as much as you can and then warping back home. So the options mean that in PvP right now, players are generally a lot safer in the early game, and that's why we can see a lot more macro games come out potentially.
Yeah, PvP can tend to be a little bit more macro-oriented, but in terms of macro games, I don't think that much has changed. I mean, it's still really good to go for DT rushes or DT expand builds, because the DTs are just so much cheaper right now, and if you don't open up with either oracles or a robo, you're still going to be super vulnerable against DT play. For example, Blink versus DT play is much closer right now because Blink takes longer to research and a Dark Shrine is cheaper. So the Blink player is going to be at a big disadvantage compared to Wings of Liberty.
No, that's a great point. And of course, there are innovative Blink plays coming out as well. You can see, oh my goodness, the Mothership Core almost getting sniped. It does get sniped off here. And we have a Mothership Core and 3 Stalkers versus no Mothership Core. But oh, another round of 3 Stalkers pops out. Both sides really going to lose their Mothership Cores here. And wow, nice clutch time war.
Oh, the Mothership Core is not quite into safety just yet. It's actually going to die. Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Plus 200 experience points to those Stalkers. I do like those little notifications. They like mean absolutely nothing, but they're so much fun to rattle off. Is there a tab that like shows experience gained in this game?
No.
Oh no. If there was, that'd be funny.
At the end of the game, you can see how much XP you've gained, obviously, but During a game, there's no way to tell because it actually has no impact on the game. Here come 8 Stalkers. WTF, that's a lot of Stalkers. And the Void Ray is not out, and a single Phoenix. We might actually see NightEnD take a ridiculously fast win here.
Yep, that's right. We basically have, guys, 3-gate versus a 3-gate Stargate, where NightEnD decided to really focus on heavy Stalker production early on, and it looks like it's going to win him game number 1 here. Focusing on the Stalker so unbelievably well. He's actually up supply by about 15. And GG, NightEnD wins a very fast game number 1 there on Daybreak.